The problem is not praise by itself. Children need encouragement, useful feedback, and the feeling that their effort has been seen. The problem begins when praise becomes the doorway to warmth, when success brings closeness, and disappointment changes the emotional temperature of the room. Then an ordinary response can start to feel like a test of belonging. One excited reaction does not write a life story. A pattern forms through contrast: the bright face after a high score, the distracted silence after a mistake, the extra affection when a child performs the approved version of themselves. The lesson may never be spoken aloud. It is learned by watching which version of the self keeps connection close. Researchers call this parental conditional regard. Conditional positive regard means giving more attention or affection when expectations are met. Conditional negative regard means giving less when they are not. This is different from setting a limit or correcting behavior. The defining question is whether guidance changes what is acceptable or makes the relationship itself feel temporarily less available. Conditional approval can look effective in the short term because pressure can produce compliance. A child may practice harder, hide anger, chase the grade, or say the expected thing. But behavior is not the same as ownership. The important question is whether the child is choosing the action for reasons they understand or acting to restore the warmth that seemed to disappear. In a meta-analysis covering 31 samples, greater parental conditional regard was associated with more inner pressure, more self-worth tied to conditions, more depressive symptoms, and less felt relatedness. Those are associations, not a prediction for one child. Other longitudinal work suggests the relationship can run both ways. A child's fragile self-worth may also shape how a parent responds. Years later, the old map may appear in ordinary adult moments: editing an honest opinion after reading a manager's face, turning a friendship into a scorecard, or feeling relief only when a room approves. None of this proves what happened in childhood. It shows how easily a person can confuse feedback about one action with a verdict about whether they remain welcome. The first practical step is not perfect wording. It is noticing the temperature change. After success, does attention suddenly become abundant? After failure, does curiosity disappear? When a child disagrees, is the limit still clear while the relationship stays emotionally present? You can correct an action, hold a boundary, and remain available at the same time. When praise is useful, make it informative. Name the action, the strategy, or the effect. You kept trying a different approach. You told the truth even though it was uncomfortable. You noticed your teammate was left out. This keeps feedback attached to something the child can understand and choose. Instead of turning a passing success into a fixed identity, they must defend. Correction also becomes clearer when it is separated from connection. You can say, "That choice was not safe. We need to repair what happened." The answer is still no. Then add the part that conditional regard often removes: "I am here, I want to understand, and we will work through what comes next." Warmth does not require pretending every action is acceptable. An off-scoreboard relationship leaves room for a child to surprise you. They can dislike the activity you loved, question a family assumption, lose gracefully, or choose a path that does not produce a trophy. Guidance still matters. Values still matter. But connection is not reserved for the version of the child who makes the parent feel successful. If you notice the pattern in yourself, repair can be concrete. Return after a tense moment. Name what changed in you. Say, "I became colder when the result disappointed me, and that was not the message I wanted to send. The outcome matters, but you do not have to earn your place with me." Then listen without demanding immediate forgiveness. The goal is not praise-free parenting, endless approval, or the removal of standards. It is a cleaner separation. Feedback tells someone what happened. A boundary tells them what must change. Connection tells them they are still in relationship. Praise can guide an action. Love does not become the prize for performing correctly. Keep love completely off the scoreboard.